What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are back with another Madden 24 rebuild. As you guys are watching this, tomorrow is the start of regular season football. I'm so ecstatic, but besides that, we're going to jump in today and do an Atlanta Falcons rebuild in Madden 24. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. I also have a football podcast, and that link to that channel is down in the description below if you're interested in hearing me talk football outside of just Madden. But as I said, today we're going to be rebuilding the Atlanta Falcons. Let's go ahead and just jump in and see what we're working with. Of course, they took Bijan Robinson with the I believe is the 8th overall pick. A lot of people, when I did a Falcons rebuild last year, and I always will say this because it was one of my more prouder times, I will say, I did a Falcons rebuild. I think it was a Falcons offseason rebuild, and they had the 8th overall pick, and I said, watch them take Bijan Robinson. Falcons fans absolutely torched me in the comment section below and said, why would we take a running back? Why would we take a running back? We don't need a running back. And what they do, they took Bijan Robinson. Obviously, Bijan is a generational talent. Arthur Smith loves to run the ball. So it's not too surprising they took Bijan. And of course, we're going to start him over Cordell Patterson year one. That's not even a debate. Desmond Ridder is the quarterback. Now, he does have star development, which I'm quite surprised by. I did not expect that. But yeah, star development, which is cool. We have Drake London, of course, on the outside, and Matt Collins and Scotty Miller. Wide receiver core could use some work. Obviously, Drake London's a stud. I'm hoping he's better this year. Obviously, the Falcons' pass offense was very bad with Marcus Mariota last year, so we'll see if it improves with Desmond Ridder. Then Matthews. We also have a young guard and I don't know if I know how to pronounce that last name correctly. And then we also have Dalman, Chris Lindstrom, one of the better right guards in the league. McGarry, Kyle Pitts, obviously would love to see a bounce back year from him as well. And on the defense side of football, it definitely could use some work in the linebacker department. But other than that, it's not terrible. We got AJ Terrell. They picked up Jeffrey Okudah. Calais Campbell is a nice veteran. And then they still have Grady Jarrett. So we're going to go ahead and submit year number one. I have seen the Falcons do really good in Madden simulation, so I would not be surprised at all if we did make the playoffs in year one, but I'm not really going to predict it either. So I'll just see what Madden thinks of the Falcons, and we'll just go from there. So let's see if we made the playoffs year one with Desmond Ridder under center and Bijan Robinson as the RB1, and then hopefully we get a bounce back here from like Kyle Pitts and Drake London. Boys, it's that time of the year. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that allows you to choose overs or unders on the favorite players you love watching, so it basically makes the game you're watching just even more fun. Basically, how it works, it's available on mobile or desktop. They pretty much have every sport you can imagine. They have esports, tennis, cricket. Literally think of it, they most likely have it. And this is what it looks like when you open it up. So basically, you get to choose overs or unders on any stat you can really imagine. They have interceptions, kicking points, and of course, when the NBA comes back around, they'll have stuff on that, like rebounds, points, rebounds, combos. They have all kinds of stuff. But right now, Prize Picks actually has a discount of Dak Prescott for week one, half a passing yard. So if you've not signed up on Prize Picks, go ahead and take advantage of this discount right now. My link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables. They're going to match your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. So use that link to sign up for Prize Picks. And a tool I'm going to be using for when I play Prize Picks this year is going to be DGF Fantasy's Optimizer tool. They basically do the math for you, and they tell you what is good and what is profitable long term. So we're looking right now, of course, Dak's over half a passing yard is obviously most likely going to work out for you. And then they got Marvin Jones here. And of course, this is only going to keep getting better as we get closer to the NFL regular season. So if you want to go ahead and try this out and not even have to think about what you're going to play on, I have that down in the description below as well if you want to go ahead and sign up for that. But thank you to Prize Picks and DGF Fantasy for sponsoring today's video. And just like that, at the end of the season, as I said, I've seen the Falcons do really good in the simulation before, and that is what's happening here. They were really good in the Madden 23 simulation as well, so I'm not too surprised by this. We went 12-5 while the Panthers went 10-7. So let's go take a look at the player stats. So I'm kind of surprised by this because I remember Madden 23, Desmond Ridder would be like an absolute dog right away, and it looks like that might have been the case this year. Defensively, with 6 in the NFL, I did not catch what our offense was. I believe it was like middle of the pack, but whatever. So on the offense side of football, 31-10 from Desmond Ridder. So a very, very good year out of him. Bijan Robinson, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. Love to see it. Was very good as well. And Cordell Patterson was involved, which is nice. 461 yards and 5 touchdowns. Drake London, 892 yards, 9 touchdowns. We didn't have an 1,000-yard wide receiver, but obviously the Falcons more of a run-first offense anyway, so I'm not too surprised by that. And then jumping into the sack department, I had Grady Jarrett with 10, 7.5 from Lorenzo Carter, 4.5 from their young linebacker and Arnold, and then lastly interceptions. AJ Terrell with 5, Mike Hughes with 3, and then Caden Ellis with 2, one from Richard Grant, and one from Jeff Okuda, and one from Jalen Hawkins. Well, we went 12-5 and we're really good in the NFC. So let's just go ahead, jump into our very first playoff game and see if we can start this video with the Super Bowl. I highly doubt it, but we're playing the Falcons in wild card weekend, so we'll just kind of see what happens. So of course, as you saw, we are at home for this game, and we're going to jump up 7-0 on the Giants just like that. Honestly, I did not expect to be like a contender right away, but here we are in a way. So we are up 17-3. One thing I also forgot to mention at the beginning, of course, this team added Jesse Bates to the safety department, which is pretty insane. But so far, we are absolutely just killing the Giants right now. They only went 9-8, so it looks like we have our ticket to divisional weekend. So just like that, I have yet to do anything in this video, and we're already going to divisional round after going 12-5. So we take care of the Giants pretty easily. We're moving on to divisional weekend. And now we come back at home and we welcome in the Seattle Seahawks. We get a battle of the birds here. Let's see who is better in this go around. So we are going to have a 0-0 ball game to start things off until the Seahawks do go up 7-0. And so far, we have yet to respond. It is 10-0. Do we get eliminated in divisional round is the question. We get up a field goal on the board, and we're going to go tied up. So we're not done just yet. Can we take the lead here? We do by a field goal. Seahawks not been able to do anything. Our defense has actually been really good as well until they take the lead here. I haven't done anything in this video, so I'm not going to jump in. I'm just going to see if Desmond Ridder can come out here and respond and take the lead. So we actually get a good field position here somehow. And we are going to go ahead and take the lead back. It's 17-20. We have the ball with 20 seconds left. Just like that, in year one, we are already heading to the NFC Championship under this Arthur Smith-led team. So let's see if we get to play in the NFC Championship. I'm quite surprised by this, but, you know, it's cool at the same time, I guess. And now for the NFC Championship, we actually, funny enough, get to welcome in our division counterpart, the Carolina Panthers. I can't really say that anyone, including myself, really predicts that the Falcons and the Panthers are going to be contenders this year. I mean, they're two, like, you know, question mark teams. We don't really know what Bryce Young's going to be once he gets in the league, and Desmond Ridder still kind of, the jury's still kind of out on him. So it is kind of funny that we have the Panthers versus Falcons in the NFC Championship here in year number one. We are going to go up 7-3. Do we actually get to the Super Bowl in year one without me doing anything, or the Panthers going to take us out here? Which they're okay. We get a touchdown, so we're not done just yet. But the Panthers are really elite as well. So when I do a Panthers rebuild in the future, I will know that we're going to go win a Super Bowl in year one. I guess that's something I'll take note of. But right now we are down pretty badly here. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and lose in the NFC Championship to the Carolina Panthers. But the fact that we got this far is pretty amazing in itself. The Colts actually all the way made it all the way to the NFC Championship as well, to the AFC, sorry, AFC Championship. They get to play the Buffalo Bills. But whatever the scheme is, whatever, you know, playbook we're running, I don't plan on changing any of it. Obviously, we're just going to go ahead and add as much talent as we can, but watch, I'm going to do that, and then next year we're going to go like 4-13 or whatever. Watch it happen. So of course, like most off seasons here, we're going to start with the re-signing stage. We have $50 million in available salary cap, and we have 20 players who are ready to negotiate their contracts. So Kyle Pitts, fifth-year option, that's a must accept in my opinion. He's a superstar X factor. No reason to let him go, obviously. Jeff Okuda, I definitely have some interest in bringing him back. I don't know how much I'm willing to give him, but yeah, there's definitely interest in bringing him back. He could play opposite of Mike Hughes and Terrell. Defense was really good last year. If we can see, you know, kind of keep it intact as much as possible. But outside of that, I think I'm moving on from everyone else here. I don't really feel the need to bring anybody back. We could re-sign Jalen Hawkins, which would be fine, but I think I'm good. So we're going to go ahead and head into free agency. I also kind of want to see if there's any obvious cuts on our roster. I know there's going to be some obvious holes we still need to fill, but like I said, defense was good. The roster was really good last year, so we just got to add where we can. So let's go take a look at the team salaries to see if there's any obvious, like, we need to get rid of them. So Grady Jarrett, the fact that we just made it to the NFC Championship, maybe if we were bad, I would move on from Grady Jarrett, but it sounds like our window is right now, so I don't think we're going to go ahead and move on from Grady Jarrett. Now, we could cut Taylor Heineke and save about $7 million. That wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. If we need that $7 million, I will. I forgot Jonnu Smith was even on this team, to be honest with you. That was another pickup by the Falcons. Lorenzo Carter, Mike Hughes. I won't cut anybody just yet. I'm going to kind of see what free agency is looking like, and then we can maybe decide to cut someone if we need to like sign another free agent. So let's take a look at the lineup and see where we're, you know, clearly needing something. I know wide receiver is definitely going to need help. Bijan, superstar development. Chris Lindstrom, I believe, was star last year, so that's cool to see him go up. Offensive line is actually decent, so I'm glad we don't even have to worry about the offensive line today. On offense, the only thing I'm worried about is the wide receivers. We definitely need some more wide receivers in the building. Drake London can't be the only guy we can rely on. Obviously, Kyle Pitts, Jonnu Smith is great, but we need a wide receiver 2, a wide receiver 3, so that's the main thing we need on the offense. On the defense side of the football, Linebacker Ellis actually went up to a 76 overall, so that's really cool to see. So he's up, and he's a star development. Troy Anderson, I know, is another young linebacker, and he's still 25, but he's a 69 overall, so I still wouldn't mind signing another middle linebacker. And then we definitely need, I guess we have Richie Grant right behind Hawkins, I believe, or maybe he was playing behind Richie Grant. But Mike Hughes, Jeffrey Okuda, D tackle definitely could use some work. Although I thought David was a D tackle, but he's at left end, which is fine. So yeah, D tackle, middle linebacker, and maybe another corner, and then wide receivers is kind of what we're looking at on what we need for this roster. So obviously we could all, or we also have Clark Phillips here as well, which I didn't even realize. So maybe cornerback is fine because we still have a young 23-year-old. We have Jeff Okuda, AJ Terrell. So maybe I won't worry about corners as much. We have plenty of depth there. I think it's going to be D tackle, middle linebacker, and wide receiver where we're going to be looking at, unless there's like an obvious cornerback too we can get, then maybe I'll do it. So free agency isn't super busy for us by any means. What we're going for is Michael Pierce. Obviously, we're kind of in win now mode as it is, it seems like. So we just went to the NFC Championship. So I feel like bringing Michael Pierce onto the team wouldn't be too bad next to Grady Jarrett and David. And then we are trying to get Donovan Peoples-Jones as well. Now, unfortunately, the Lions are definitely in the mix as well. So if we don't get them, it's not going to hurt my feelings necessarily. But I'm also trying to get Kenneth Murray. There's still plenty of options at wide receiver, middle linebacker if we don't get them, though. But we did get Michael Pierce, so we're going to have to go sign a different middle linebacker. Bobby Wagner's here, and we could bring him onto the team. I wouldn't mind it. He's 34 years old, though. But he would definitely be like a really good, impactful player to add onto the team. So you know what? We are going to go ahead and try to shoot Bobby Wagner an offer here. The Falcons are his #1 offer, though. Rashad Evans did play in Atlanta, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, so we could bring him back to the team. There are definitely some other options here. There's a lot of good, interesting players to bring onto the team right now. But yeah, we're definitely going to be capable of getting a good middle linebacker here. We could just reunite Rashad Evans as well if we wanted to. That way we just kind of have a starter, if nothing else. Now, obviously, I would love Bobby Wagner, but it sounds like, you know, the Eagles got him. So I'm going to go and just go ahead and go for Rashad Evans. And then as far as Donovan Peoples-Jones is concerned, I'm hoping we can get him, but I guess if we can't, then our is #1 offer right now. We'll try to go for something else. So I don't think we got him, actually. But did we get Michael Pierce? We did not get Rashad Evans. Let's be still thinking about it, which he could be. Middle linebacker, Eagles, you know, they get Bobby Wagner. Rashad Evans is still thinking about his offers. We're still his #1 offer. Okay, if we can't get Donovan Peoples-Jones, I am still going to try to sign a slot wide receiver, and then maybe we just draft one. Odell Beckham, I could have went Mike Williams, but I feel like Mike Williams and Drake London are kind of similar, if I'm not mistaken. Richie James, Kendrick Bourne, Chark, and then Quez Watkins, or Isaiah McKenzie, who is a good slot wide receiver, or even Chase Claypool, who isn't bad either. But I'm going to go Isaiah McKenzie. Pretty reliable slot wide receiver, so we're going to sign him, and then we'll get Rashad Evans and Isaiah McKenzie. So we're not doing anything too crazy here in free agency, but we got 3 capable starters, and then on the draft, I'm hoping we can bring in another elite young wide receiver to add to this team of our young core that we kind of already have. So that's kind of where we're at. So I'll see you guys on draft night with what we're going to do in the draft to add even more onto this team, because there's still plenty of more work to do here. So in this draft, we'll be picking at pick number 30. I forgot we're going to have like a late pick, but hopefully there's just a wide receiver here. If not, I might just trade this pick for a wide receiver potentially. We'll see, but I'm hoping we can just draft a wide receiver here. So Kevin Lucas goes to the Indianapolis Colts. We have Noah Roberts, who is a top 5 talent that fell all the way, which is pretty wild. We have Clay Devlin. We have Max Peters on the board. So NC State wide receiver, and we also have Pat Selvey here as well. So either one, I think we're pretty good, feeling pretty good about. So we can go 5'11" or 6'2", who is actually a scheme fit. Now, he's got C catch in traffic. We got B catch. So they both look pretty decent. Release is a D, though, on Pat here. I think I'm going to go ahead and go Pat here. He's a scheme fit. Add him to the scheme, B catching. So let's bring him to the team. He's only going to be normal dev, which really sucks. Would have loved to have hit on a hidden development player, but hopefully he's still good overall, and he can still be our wide receiver too going into next year. If not, we're still going to need a really good wide receiver on the team. And then let's take a look at round 2, pick number 30. I think we need a D tackle for the future. Max Stevens is still here. Or no, that wasn't who I was looking at. I wouldn't mind taking a strong safety as well, potentially free safety. We have another wide receiver, John Bates, another corner, and Otis Thomas, Washington State. We don't really need depth there, but there's only like, and then Deontay Shields. Actually, we're going to take the Oregon D tackle and Deontay Shields. Michael Pierce is only here for 1 year, so I think this would make a ton of sense to have a game plan for next year. So bring in Deontay Shields, and he's in development. That is beautiful. That's perfect. So welcome to the team. We got him for next year, and he'll be a starter next year, hopefully, with Michael Pierce probably going to leave us. And then round 3, pick number 30. Let's see if we have anything else. Middle linebacker was another thing I wanted to look at that may not be an option, though. We have Antoine Best out of Illinois State. We have Rashad Rab. That's an interesting name. B Pursuit. Power rusher, though, Duke, and then corner, and then quarterback, and then wide receiver. So not a ton of what I'm looking for here. I think I might just go ahead and take maybe like we could just take we could take the best linebacker here. He's got F zone coverage, but obviously in our scheme, he'll be going after the quarterback more. So we'll go ahead and bring him onto the team. I don't know much about him. May not be that good, but that will be our draft. I'll let the assistant GM take care of the rest, and we can go take a look at the lineup and see if we can go back to the NFC Championship again. We didn't really do enough, in my opinion, but the free agency was kind of dry as well. And then the draft, we had a late pick. I could have tried to like trade up or something, but hopefully the wide receiver we drafted is at least good enough that where he could be really good for us this year. We run the ball more than we throw anyway, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but that's just kind of what I'm hoping for. Not too bad at all. The wide receiver we drafted is actually a 76 overall, so I will definitely take that. We're going to go ahead and move him to wide receiver 2. I want Isaiah McKenzie playing the slot. Bijan, Desmond Ridder, Tyler Algier backing him up. Offensive line still looking good. Kyle Pitts, Jonnu Smith. We also have another hidden development wide receiver as well we got in the later rounds, which is nice. On the defense side of the football, we got Lorenzo Carter, Arnold, and then we drafted a pass rushing linebacker, but I don't really see him here. Maybe he doesn't even make it on the depth chart, which sucks. But Jesse Bates, Richie Grant, and then Mike Hughes, and then Shields is actually only a 16 overall, but that's fine. And then I think that's going to do it. So we're going to go ahead and summate this year. We went 12-5 last year, made it all the way. And then one other thing, slot wide receiver, they actually have Selvey there, but I don't know. Should Isaiah McKenzie be there? I feel like I would like Isaiah McKenzie there more, but he doesn't even make it onto the depth chart. So you know what? I guess we will go ahead and play McKenzie at that wide receiver 2 role, and then have Selvey playing that wide receiver 3 slot role. So I will go ahead and see you guys at the end of year number 2. Let's see if we can be as good as we were last year. I haven't changed anything other than adding more talent to the team, which I didn't do a crazy enough job at, but hopefully we're still a playoff team in this NFC. Of course, as expected, year number 2, we don't even make the playoffs. I'm not too surprised by that. We are up to an 85 overall and 87 overall offense. So, I mean, the team is still developing nicely, so I'm not too upset that we missed the playoffs. I think free agency was really lackluster last year. Hopefully this year we can maybe go be a little bit more aggressive. So defense fell off a cliff. I guess that was kind of a problem, but Desmond Ridder was still good. Bijan Robinson still good, of course. Similar numbers as last year. McKenzie, Selvey, and then Drake London, Kyle Pitts. A lot of almost 800-yard wide receivers. Defensively wise, sack wise, we had 5.5 from Lorenzo Carter, and then interception 3 from Richie Grant, 2 from Terrell. But it's fine. I'm honestly not too upset by missing the playoffs. I think if we can just add, keep everybody that we have and add even more talent to this team, then we're going to be like probably unstoppable next year. That's kind of where I'm at. It's fine that we missed it. We'll have a higher draft pick as well. I don't think we were even ready to be in the NFC Championship in year 1, so that was just kind of an overachievement, and the Madden simulation just loving us a little bit extra. But $65 million in cap space, as long as we can keep everybody in town and add even more, then we should be a really, really good team next year, because our overall is already up really, really good. So let's see who we need to re-sign, and then we'll go from there. So once we get out of this, let's go to the negotiation stage. So 12 players. We have Mr. AJ Terrell. That's a big one. Drake London. That's a 5th-year option. Of course, we'll accept. And then we'll have Richie Grant, who I want back. Mike Hughes, Lorenzo Carter, Michael Pierce, who we'll probably be letting go. Drew Dalman, I'll keep around. Darren Hall. Yeah, it's actually not too bad. So once again, not that many. Obviously, AJ Terrell, even if he says no to this first offer, he's an obvious franchise tag. Now, I'm going to try to keep him around, though, because I don't want to have to franchise tag him. But let's see if he accepts this kind of offer. We'll go 5 years on it, and he is going to stay. So Terrell, locked up long-term. Richie Grant, kind of similar thing. I want to keep him around as well. And hopefully he can leave us about $30 million in cap space to make some, maybe like 2 good free agency signings. So I'm going to go Mike Hughes, bring him back to the team. I like my cornerback room, so if we can keep that intact, that'd be great. Lorenzo Carter, I'm going to re-sign him as well. That should give us about $30 million. Boom. And then actually we got to re-sign Drew Dalman as well. So Drew Dalman, keep him as the center, keep this intact, and we should be golden. And no, he's going to play for a new team next year, which is fine. Michael Pierce we could bring back as well, but I'm okay with the young guy stepping up there. So let's go to free agency. Let's see if there's any better free agents here. I know one player that always enters this free agency class, I believe, is Rashawn Gary. And yeah, he'd be immediately the kind of guy I would want in this free agency. But let's take a look at our lineup. Center is now a glaring hole, obviously, so we'll have to go get a center. But other than that, on offense, we should be golden. I mean, a backup quarterback as well. Rhodes actually went up to superstar dev, which is actually pretty insane. So wide receiver room is looking a lot better. I think McKenzie, I don't even know what his contract's looking like. I just gave it to him last year, but if I released him, I'd free up about $1 million, so nothing too crazy there. But we may not need them because we have 3 good wide receivers who are able to step up. So you know what? It doesn't free up much money, but we're going to go ahead and cut Isaiah McKenzie because we have Selvey and Rhodes who are ready to roll this year. We need a center, which I already mentioned. Defensively, middle linebacker's fine. D-tackle's fine. Cornerback room is great. And then Jesse Bates went up to Superstar X Factor. I would love an elite middle linebacker and an elite pass rushing linebacker. I think is kind of where I'm at. So maybe we can get that center, pass rushing linebacker, and middle linebacker. We'll see if that's even here in free agency and if we even have enough to get all of that. So top of the board, Joel Bitonio, right? Wyatt Teller, Tyron Smith, DJ Reader, Tommy Townsend, cornerbacks. We got, yeah. So once again, this free agency class isn't that spectacular, which sucks. I don't know. Free agency in Madden has not been very good. I was hoping Rashawn Gary would be here, but he is not. Because I've seen him here before. Shaquille or Shaq Thompson. I mean, yeah, none of these guys will really excite me that much. Khalil Mack, I mean, that's fine. He's kind of older, though. That's the kind of issue I have with him. Although he's a Superstar X Factor, so you know what? We're going to go ahead and give Khalil Mack an offer still. So we're going to go ahead and go for Khalil Mack. It's kind of a... It's a good signing, but he is older. That's one thing I will say. Strong safety. Yeah, there's not a lot of options here. So don't really love the pool here. We do need a center as well. So I'm going to go for... we could just go for Dalman again, who just played with us. So yeah, we're going to re-sign him. Leaves about $19 million in cap space. Do we make like a big move here? I don't even know what I'd go for. So I think it would be... Because we made 2 offers. So we went for Khalil Mack and Dalman, right? So let's see if we can get both of them onto the team. So... we are going to get Khalil Mack, which is cool. Dalman is going to think about it one more time, and he is going to sign. So we got both of them locked up. I think if I were to make like a big trade here, it'd be for like a middle linebacker. I think that's where I'm at. So $19 million in cap space. I think that's where we're going with this. We got our center back. Wide receivers room's looking good. It could be better, but it's looking good. And defensively, the one glaring hole I have that I see is the middle linebacker position. So I might go trade or attempt to trade for an elite level middle linebacker to complete this puzzle for this Falcons team. So I might be trying for something crazy here. I'm going to see if I can get Fred Warner on this team. The reason being, obviously, he's one of the best middle linebackers in the league, if not the best. And he's a scheme fit. And the 49ers are probably at the point where rebuilding could make sense for them. So I'm going to try to get Fred Warner. Although that leaves it with -6. I don't even know if they can do this then. They may not even be able to do this. If I offer the 11th overall pick, they literally can't. They're literally over the cap. So unfortunately, Fred Warner is not an option. There was a couple other guys I saw, like Isaiah Simmons or Bob. Isaiah Simmons is a scheme fit. He's not that much of an upgrade from Rashad Evans, but he is much younger, which is why he kind of appeals to me a little bit. Jack Campbell also is interesting, but he just got drafted by the Lions. And of course, another one that I found kind of funny was getting Deion Jones back on this team. But I think I would want to go Isaiah Simmons. Now, I wouldn't want to trade my first for him by any means. But 27, I thought Fred Warner would be beautiful, but it's probably not going to happen. Now, Isaiah Simmons got traded for a 7th, so who am I to trade like a 2nd or a 3rd for him? But if we can get it done, I'm down, man. I think Isaiah Simmons would be a really nice upgrade to this team. So let's see if we can add him to the team. We're getting closer. I'll also offer my 4th in this year's draft because it's not going to matter. This is a lot to give up for Isaiah Simmons. I'm already feeling like I'm giving up too much, but you know what? We get a middle linebacker that's actually young and who can start and fits the scheme as well. So I'm cool with it. Obviously, my dream was Fred Warner. That would have been absolutely amazing if the 49ers were over the cap. So it would have been really hard to make a deal with them. Center, we need to fix that. So let's adjust the line. I was about to say, where's my center? There he is. And then do I want to get like an elite wide receiver as well? So they have Ellis now behind Rashad Evans, which I guess is fine. It is not that big of a deal. So do we do it though? Do we trade for an elite wide receiver? Do we say, let's not go into the league? No, I'm cool on it. We run the ball more, so it's fine. Let's just go ahead and head in the draft. We have the 11th overall pick and a 2nd round pick. So let's see if we can get those 2 picks. So here we go with the 11th overall pick. I'm not picky here, no pun intended. I just want to get like the best available player I could possibly get. So let's take a look at what we got. So we got a corner. We have a right tackle. Right tackle, I mean wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Terry Hamilton. He looks pretty damn good, so maybe we go with that. Leslie Campbell, we definitely don't need a running back. D-tackle, we just drafted one. Gerald Dixon. He looks pretty damn good as well, I won't lie. Kai Sherman. And then what about wide receiver talent? That's not really there, but Cortez Huggins at the very top. Terry Hamilton is very tempting. Leslie Campbell, and then Jeremy. But I'm going to go Gerald Dixon. Or do I go... Yeah, I'm going to go Gerald Dixon. Why not? We don't really need another corner, but his ratings look phenomenal. So I'm going to assume he's only normal dev. Wow, okay. So I read that very wrong. But you know what? Ratings were still very good. He'll probably be a high overall right away, and we just add a corner to the team. You can never have enough corners, obviously, so I'm cool with it. Let's go to round 2, pick 11. This will be our last pick. We'll let the assistant GM take care of the rest. Do we go to take a wide receiver, or do we take like a right tackle just in case? Joey Reyes out of Texas A&M. I mean, I think I'll just take the right tackle. We'll just go right tackle. It may not matter at this point who we took, so... Both normal dev, so it didn't really make much of an impact, I imagine, but maybe they're good overalls. But I will see you guys at the end of next season, because the lineup didn't change much at all. We're only adding 2 young rookies here, and then whatever the assistant GM take care of, drafts with the rest. And I'll see you guys at the end of next season, where hopefully we're back to being a playoff team in the NFC, because last year we fell off a cliff. So we're actually at the last game of the season in week 18. It looks like we're making the playoffs regardless, but this is to win the division here, I imagine. We're both 10-6. The Panthers are still a problem. So let's see if we can take care of them and win the division. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Week 18, and we lose. So we actually go to Carolina to play them as well. So that's pretty funny. But let's go take a look at the stats. Things went much better last year, which is a great sign, but let's see how it went. So offensively, top 5 in the NFL. That's absolutely beautiful. On the defense side of the football, first in the NFL. Wow, love to see it. So 30-11 from Desmond Ridder. Bijan Robinson, 12 touchdowns, 1,500 yards. Receiving wise, London almost had a 1,000-yard wide receiver, but we didn't quite get there. Kyle Pitts had a really good year as well. Pat with 846 yards, and Terrence Rhodes was pretty solid as well. Defensively, since we were so damn good, Lorenzo Carter, what a year by him. Khalil Mack, also 9 sacks. Love to see it. Grady was 7.5, 4.5 from David, and then Isaiah Simmons, 1.5 interceptions, 4 from Terrell, 2 from Simmons. He also had 106 tackles as well, 2 from Clark Phillips, and 2 from Bates, and 1 from Mike Hughes. Now, the Panthers eliminated us in the NFC Championship in year number 1. It is time to get our lick back, as they say, and let's see if we can come in and beat the Carolina Panthers. So here we are in Carolina with a very rainy day, and rainy days usually mean more running, and I feel like that kind of favors what we kind of play, right? We should be running this ball down their throats with Bijan and scoring a bunch of points here, as we're going to start this drive with a field goal, not too bad, and we go up 10-0. Great start. I would love to get some revenge here on the Panthers for eliminating us in year 1. But they get another field goal, and we are going to respond with a field goal in ourselves. So all they can do is tie the game right now unless they went for 2, which they are going to actually get another field goal. Can we take the lead here with a touchdown? Yep, we get a touchdown, an interception from Clark Phillips, and just like that, we have gotten our revenge on the Panthers here, and we're moving on to the divisional round. So the Panthers who beat us in year 1, we beat them here. We're moving on. That's what I wanted to see. The game environment favored us. I assume Bijan had like a fantastic game. And 14 carries, 142 yards. I'm not surprised by that at all. And now for the NFC divisional round, and we go through the Dallas Cowboys. And we know the Cowboys in the Madden Sim, well, they're another dog that is pretty tough to worry about. But we are going to go up 7-0 to start things off. Not a bad start to this game. And they're going to get a field goal. Okay, can we go up 14-3 to kind of put some salt in the wound we have going right now? It's 14-3. We needed that, and the Cowboys get a touchdown. All right, third quarter time. Let's not let them take the lead. It is still our lead at the moment, and we get a field goal. Cowboys can take the lead here, and they do. Can we go take it back? We do. 24-20. Cowboys take it right back. It's 24-27. We got a 3-point game here. We're going to do what we do best. We're going to go ahead and run this ball down the Cowboys' throat. That's kind of what I'm hoping to do here. We're going to go to Bijan Robinson. He's the guy here, so let's just feed the man. So let's see. We get a good block there. Boom. Can I get past? Ooh, I was about to say I literally trucked, and it did not work out at all. But you know what? We're going to go get another run going here before the 2-minute warning. Blocks are set up very nicely. Just like that, we've gotten to the 2-minute warning, and I'm just going to run this ball. It's working out really well. Offensive line is blocking phenomenally, so let's just keep it up. No need to go away from it. We could obviously throw them off a little bit, but at this point, I think it's best if we just keep it on the ground, go to Bijan, and just call it a day. All right, I probably should have hit the hole a little bit faster, but you know what? We still gained like 5 yards out of it. That's totally fine. So let's see if we can. I don't want to do inside zone, really. I'm going to just flip it to the other side. Let's have Bijan flip to the other side. Selvey is... No, we're just going to keep running with Bijan. All right, blocks are... Oh, my gosh, that guy got freaking pancaked. Okay, so we are already able to tie the game if we need to. So that's already going for us. We're going to go back to halfback base again. The running... Oh, they blitzed me. All-out blitz this time. And just like that, we still gained 3 yards out of it. So not bad. We're going to go away from the no huddle offense. We're going to go to verticals and see what the audibles set up here. So I'm going to throw it here, and I'm going to hit B for a nice little gain. I'm going to throw them off, and he breaks the tackle on Trayvon Diggs. All right, let's go no huddle again. Let's just keep this momentum going. Halfback base to Bijan. And if it'll let me click, can I please run the ball? Please, thank you. Okay, blocks. Almost wasn't there, but thankfully, we got a nice little block there. We got 38 seconds. I'm going to go no huddle again. We're going to just go right back to him. I think we're going to be able to punch this in. We have all 3 timeouts still. And we're going to get first down. I'm going to call my first timeout, though. 23 seconds left. We got the Cowboys on the ropes right now. One of my favorite routes is the zig route. It's one of my favorites. Now, this looks like they'd be able to cover it, though. I'm going to go inside zone again. We have 2 timeouts, so we're able to gamble with a run play. Bijan is going to get us down to the 2. I am able to run it again if I want, which I definitely am going to, because, again, the safest way to get to the end zone is run it with our boy, our identity, Bijan. But now, if I don't get it here, then we could be in trouble, but it's there. We win. Or we went up. We didn't win yet. 17 seconds left. If the Cowboys score in 17 seconds, then whatever. And they didn't. Thank you. It looked like they were about to. We're headed to the NFC Championship for a second time in this video. And for the NFC Championship, we come home to Atlanta, and we're welcoming in the New York Giants. If I'm not mistaken, I think we played them in year 1 and beat them, so hopefully we can do that same thing here. We start off with an interception from Jeffrey Okudah. We're up 7-0, and we're going to go up 14-0. The Giants may be no match unless they get back in the game here, which isn't out of the realm of possibility, so I won't talk just yet, even though I kind of did already. We get an interception from Isaiah Simmons this time, former Giant, so we made that trade with them. 14-21, we're not out of it just yet, and it is going to be a very close game. They almost died at the end, but just like that, we have gotten out of the NFC Championship, and we're going on, it looks like, to play the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So let's go see if we can take down Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs and go win a Super Bowl for this Atlanta team. Super Bowl time, and we actually get home field advantage for this one. This one's in Atlanta, so the advantage goes to us. So hopefully we can come in here and win ourselves a Super Bowl over the Chiefs and have a championship in this video. So let's see. We're down 3-0, but we're going to get a field goal in our own, on our own. We're down 3-10. We need to respond. Hopefully it's monkey see, monkey do here, and we are going to go down 3-17. Not a great sign. Right now, we are not scoring on the Chiefs defense, which has me concerned. We did get a safety, though, which is kind of bizarre. But right now, it's 5-20. We're not out of it just yet. Technically speaking, if we come in here and score a little touchdown, and we have 3 turnovers in this game. So that's probably the biggest issue, obviously. Let's see if we can hit Bijan here. Can I break this tackle? No, I'm not gonna be able to. Okay. 1 interception, absolutely abysmal. 14-19. I mean, efficient, I guess, but we're not doing anything right now. We're down 15. We're not out of it just yet. This is a two possession game still at this point. I'm gonna throw Salvi on a go route and see if he gets open. He actually is kind of open, but this is, wow, okay, that actually worked out really well. I was on play action too, so it was kind of a weird throw, but you know what? I'll take it. We're gonna go to one of my favorite plays out of this audible, and that is tight end attack, and of course we have Kyle Pitts. So I'm gonna try to feed Kyle Pitts for this touchdown if it's there. If I have enough time, I should have it, and that could be intercepted. I got so lucky I got hit as I threw it. Wow, that was very, very lucky. But I'm going right back to it, man. That was there if I had time. So I'm going right back to tight end attack. I think Kyle Pitts will no doubt get open here, and I'm not worried at all. So as long as I can buy time, he should be there. I should have him. He's going to get open. Just like that, we are down inside the 5-yard line, or on the 5 exactly. I wanted to get the playoff before the fourth quarter, but we didn't. All right, now it's time to punch this in. We're going to go play action here. We're going to see if we can hit Bijan Robinson for the touchdown. If not, I'll, look for Drake London. So actually like the left side. Let's just run to the left side. I think we run to the left side, we score. So we're going to do that. And I definitely hit the hole very wrong. That's what she said. Wow, we have not ran the ball officially in this game as well, which is weird. I'm going to go right back to him, though. I trust in Bijan. We get a block, and we are going to get in. So just like that, we score a touchdown. Now, the question is, can our defense get a stop to give us the ball back to maybe go take this lead? And no, it's 12-23. We're not out of it yet, technically. We got to score quickly, though. So let's see. I'm going back to one of my favorite plays. Actually, I like this play a lot with Kyle Pitts. So I'm going to go see if I can hit Kyle Pitts for like a deep touchdown here. Or Drake London as well. Wouldn't be the worst in the world either. I think Kyle Pitts is going to get open. If I have the enough arm, that's double coverage. I'm actually really lucky that's not intercepted. Really lucky. 16-23. I didn't really have enough time to, but let's go back to a reliable, and that is going to be tight end attack. I think tight end attack is great, and we're going to see if we can hit Mr. Pitts or Drake London. That's my options here, trying to get a quick touchdown. I actually think I might have Drake London, but I'm just going to go Kyle Pitts. We definitely have him, and we're going to go down Almost broke 2 tackles. We're going to go right back to it. We're going to abuse the hell out of this play and get Kyle Pitts in the end zone for a touchdown, hopefully here. And he is going to be there if I have enough time. And just kidding. Literally got so lucky that was intercepted. Literally got lucky. It's fine, though. It's fine. We didn't get intercepted. I'm pretty lucky, but it's fine. 12-23. We're going to see if we can hit Drake London in the middle or Kyle Pitts in the corner for this touchdown. I actually think Kyle Pitt actually... I'm just going to scramble this. We actually have plenty of room here. I might be able to... Nope, just kidding. I can't go all the way. But we are down before the 2-minute warning. So as long as my defense gets to stop, we've had some bizarre throws, some bad ones, I will admit. I'm not the best Madden player in the world. I will admit that. You guys probably already knew that. But let's see if we can get a touchdown. I think Algiers going to be open here. Just kidding. I'm going to go Bijan. Let's go Bijan. And he's going to get in. Bijan was wide open. Made the right read. Okay, now can my defense get the stop to give us the ball back? And they don't. So we're going to lose to the Kansas City Chiefs, unfortunately, 18-23. We made it all the way to the Super Bowl. Had some very bad throws there, but you know what? We got Super Bowl. We fell short of the Chiefs. So the Falcons, once again, have their hearts broken in the bowl. Maybe I should have jumped in on defense, but to be honest with you, it probably would have been the same result. I usually choke on defense, so whatever. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Football is right. Football is back, baby. I was about to say right around the corner, but no, it's back. This is Crushables 2. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.